There are over 3,000 counties in the United States, and almost every one of them has a sheriff except for Alaska. Some cities such as Denver, St. Louis, Richmond, and Baltimore have sheriffs as well. The office of the sheriff establishes either by the state constitution or by an act of the legislature. There are only 2 states in which the sheriff is not elected by the voters. In Rhode Island, sheriffs are appointed by the governor. In Hawaii, deputy sheriffs serve in the Department of Public Safety Sheriff's Division. There is really no such thing as a typical sheriff. Some sheriffs still have time to drop by their town coffee shop and chat with the local citizens each day, while others report to an office in a skyscraper and manage a department whose budget exceeds that of many corporations. However, most sheriffs have certain roles and responsibilities in common. The law enforcement. A sheriff always has the power to make arrests within his or her own county. Some states extend this authority to adjacent counties or to the entire state. Many sheriff's offices also perform routine patrol functions such as traffic control, accident investigations, and transportation of prisoners. Larger departments may perform criminal investigations, and some unusually large sheriff's offices command an air patrol, a mounted patrol, or a marine patrol. Sheriffs still enlist the aid of the citizens. The National Neighborhood Watch Program, sponsored by the National Sheriff's Association, allows citizens and law enforcement officials to cooperate in keeping communities safe. This is why the new mission of the Indiana Sheriff's Association and slogan is "Building Communities of Trust" is all 92 Indiana counties. As the sheriff's law enforcement duties become more extensive and complex, newer career opportunities exist for people with specialized skills: underwater diving, piloting, boating, skiing, radar technology, communications, computer technology, accounting, emergency medicine, and foreign languages, especially Spanish, French, and Vietnamese. Court duties. Sheriffs are responsible for maintaining the safety and security of the court. A sheriff or deputy may be required to attend all court sessions, to act as bailiff, to take charge of juries whenever they are outside of the courtroom, to serve court papers, to extradite prisoners, to collect taxes, or to perform other court-related functions. Jail administration. Most sheriff's offices maintain and operate county jails or other detention centers, community correction facilities such as work release, and halfway houses. Sheriffs are responsible for supervising inmates, protecting their rights, and providing food, clothing, exercise, recreation, and medical services. As jail conditions continue to improve, sheriffs and their departments are earning increased respect and recognition as professionals. Law enforcement is being increasingly complex for the progressive, forward-looking sheriff's office of today. Education and training are key to effective job performance. Today's sheriff is likely to have a college degree, a graduate degree in criminal justice, law, or public administration, and several years' experience in the criminal justice system. Your Indiana Sheriff's Association, ISA, under the relationship of Executive Director Stephen L. Luce, is dedicated to working with ISA members to ensure that the men and women who protect and serve the citizens of Indiana are the best trained and most qualified. President Ronald Reagan stressed the importance of the modern sheriff in his address to the nation's National Sheriff's Association on June 21st, 1984. He said, "Thank you for standing up for his nation's dream of professional freedom under the rule of law. Thank you for standing against those who would transform that dream into a nightmare of wrongdoing and lawlessness." Well, what do you say, guys? Are they doing worth a shit? I mean, after all our political alleged Democrats, bureaucrats, however you want to look at it, seem to be all criminals. Are the sheriffs doing their job in maintaining peace and tranquility within the communities? Are they locking up these legislators, these congressmen, these senators, these sick pedophiles? I don't know that they're doing their job. And thank you for your service to your communities, to your country, and to the cause of law and justice. Well, here's the problem with that. Most of these people don't know what law is. Half of them sit there and watch tyrants in courtrooms all day long violate people's rights and have no idea what's going on. And when you point it out to them, they go, well, I'll ask a lawyer. I'll talk to the judge. These are the very criminals that are engaged in criminal enterprises, unjustly enriching themselves, not paying their taxes, not filing the 1099-Rs like they're supposed to be, not providing their W-7s, W-8s, or W-9s, EINs, or TIN numbers, because they all operate underneath the executive branch, all right? And the sheriff has entered into a contract for federal funds, which means now they all fall underneath the federal regulations and are going to be scrutinized for breach of contract if they would choose to arrest any of these tyrants for what they're doing. So they basically took all your sheriffs and they made them joint partners, if you will, in a racketeering RICO scheme against the American people. Don't believe me? Start doing your own research. Justice Scalia, writing for the majority in a 1997 decision, said that states are not subject to federal direction and that the Congress only had discrete and enumerated powers, and that federal impotency was rendered express by the 10th Amendment. He confirmed that the sheriff is the chief law enforcement officer of the county, and also proclaimed that the state retain an inviolable sovereignty. Scalia went even further in this landmark decision, one in which two small-town sheriffs had headed the feds off at the pass and sent them on their way. Scalia, in his infinite obligation to the Constitution, took this entire ruling to the 10th power when he said, "The Constitution protects us from our own best intentions, so that we may resist the temptation to concentrate power in one location as an expedient solution to the crisis of the day." Obviously, the sheriff is the people's last line of defense against a government gone rogue. I don't believe that at all. The last line of defense, ladies and gentlemen, is we the people. We give the sheriff the opportunity to amicably settle the matter before we turn around and we leave them all on the streets, per se. Liberty is mastered in three powers: light, God; two, justice, synonymous with virtue, judicial power, processes; and three, rule of destiny, political processes. Remove any one of and you lose liberty, which isn't true, because self-governing, you tend to find people who self-govern to be truthful, virtuous, peaceful people. American has lost its way, and only a virtuous people can guide her back. And so that the end of the people to that end, the people, by the mercy of God, have rediscovered the common natural law, grand jury, and with his blessing shall return America to her roots again.